on to the gig reviews then. Have you been any gigs?
I haven't been at any gigs.
I wasn't sure if you had
been. No, I have been stripping wallpaper and looking round wedding venues and meeting with photographers and this, that, and next thing. So yeah, no, I haven't really been doing much of anything else, so I'm afraid. That's why I've got the background with us today, because yeah, otherwise I'd be kind of looking as if I was sitting in a crack den, or as you said, Silent Hill.
Live music is overrated anyway, God. It's overrated.
Although, what's the name of the band? The Aberdonian band that we were talking about. Seas Starry, yeah. I want to get on that. That's at the old hairdressers in Glasgow. I can't remember, sometime in March anyway. So kind of want to look into
March
that.
or April, isn't it? Yeah, no, that should be pretty good, because we really liked their EP.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was called, but I remember really liking it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just remember the cover art. The cover art had like a flower or a plant under one of those kind of botany display cases. I think it was called something like Alchemy or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been. We might have got that.
It might have been.
You could be right.
Wrong, yeah.
Anyway, so
what about yourself?
I went to one gig, and it was a gig that you were meant to be coming to as well. Unfortunately, you couldn't make it. So this was it was Viagra Boys at the Barrowland Ballroom in Glasgow. So that was it. The 21st of January. So yeah, support was from a London band called Fat Dog. I can't really find any of their music online, but from what I remember, they were very similar to Viagra Boys. Like, I think we missed the very start of their set, but when we walked in, it was basically a shirtless front man wearing a cowboy hat, and then another guy like blasting a saxophone, and them sort of it was like, if you didn't know any better, you could have been like, oh, that's just Viagra Boys.
You could be fooled into thinking it was them. Yeah.
Yeah. Albeit the front man wasn't head to toe in tattoos, but
wearing shades.
But yeah, Fat Dog, they were pretty decent. They had one song at one point that went into like almost like Cossack, like Russian sort of folk like dance music. It was very weird, but quite entertaining.
I could get into that.
They were quite good as a warm up, and then Viagra Boys themselves were excellent. Like, I saw them before at the QMU last year in Glasgow, and they were brilliant. I think I was moaning about the sound quality a little bit at that gig, but sound was much better at the Barrowlands. I think there was the odd bits where you couldn't quite understand what Seb was saying between songs, but for the most part, it was really good. And I think they played for about an hour. Like, they played not mostly, but they played a lot of tracks from the new album Cave World, and then a heap of tracks from Streetworms, some stuff from Welfare Jazz, and I think a random track from their first EP as well. So it's just interesting to see, like, they can play an hour. They've got like a really strong like back catalogue of songs that they can call on now. Even that new album's, there's a lot of great tunes on there. Like they opened with Ain't No Thief, which was, I think we talked about that single at one point, and it's just an absolute face melter. It's just so good. Like they played Punk Rock Loser, which is another amazing song off that album. They obviously played the classics like Sports and Shrimp Shack, which was probably the best part of the set, because it was the end of like the main set, and like I said at the QMU, it felt like it lasted for about 20 minutes, and you had like at one point the saxophone guy was like up on the speaker stacks, and then you had the keyboard guy on the speaker stacks at the other side, and it was just like they just locked into this mental groove, and it was so good, like just a lot of fun. And then they came back, did a couple of tracks. I think they ended on Worms. It's a bit of a somber way to end, but it was probably a good way to end it because it was a pretty raucous gig. But I mean, I was standing at the back, like staying out of it. But
As a 35-year-old man, 36-year-old.
Well, exactly, a 36-year-old man.
That's your place to be.
But I was there with my partner Kat, and I mean she's quite short, and we were talking about it afterwards. It's like, oh, did you see when like they were up on the stacks and everything? She was like, I couldn't see anything the whole gig. It's like I felt really bad. It's like she said, I enjoyed the music, but I literally could not see the stage. So
was it a sold out gig, Snedds?
I think it was, yeah. I think it was sold out. I mean, it was pretty packed. If it wasn't sold out, it was close to it.
It was close to capacity. Yeah.
So, yeah, really, really good gig. I picked up Cave World on cassette tape as well, because it was
from the merch stand?
Yeah, because it was one of the cheapest things that I could buy for merch. And I was like, I'm skint. I can't afford to buy a T-shirt. So I got a cassette tape for a tenner, so that was all right.
It's not bad, man.
So, yeah. Well worth it. And if you haven't seen Viagra Boys live and they come back, well, they come into somewhere near you, then they're one of the best live bands around, I would say. So definitely grab a ticket if you can.
It's not finished. It's finished.